Greetings, Sanbonani, and welcome back to yet another amazing episode. It's Bring It On cAfrica, and of course, I'm your host, Unothando Mkhwanazi, Umamkwa. We we're always bringing you amazing people and amazing things from the entertainment industry. Today, I've got an amazing guest. She is a talented musician, social media sensation. I mean, you cannot not love her. She's just amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Nonny Muji. Hello. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am good. I mean, 2026 has started. How are you feeling, Jess, so far? Let's start off there.
How am I feeling about this year? I feel like it's going too fast. Like we are in March
Really?
already. Yeah. Where is it rushing to?
I mean, I think that's true in a sense because one would say last year at this time it was still Jan.
Exactly.
It was still Jan. I'm so happy that you're here today, and I'm sure that our audience is also going to love you, and also love to getting to know you about your life and your music career and you being a wife. We get into that, but let's start off. I mean, how did you grow up? Where did you grow up? Like your family background, I mean, your relationship with your parents or the people that raised you. How was it?
I grew up in Nkandla, actually. That's when I grew up from, when I was a baby till the end of primary.
Yeah.
I was staying with my grandmother. My mother was working as a teacher at Shaw. She would just come home every month, and then when we were going to high school, she took us to go and stay with her. So I started my grade 8 in Sunnydale Secondary School, which is in Eshowe. I could say both experiences were different because it was from, as a baby in primary, like semakhaya, impilo yasemakhaya, kubaswa phansi ground, kuphekwa
Yes.
So that's where I come from. And then in high school, it was more of a suburban life. We stayed in town. Life was a little bit different, but teachings were still the same. My grandmother was very strict, and so was my mother. So yeah, I could say I had a pretty strict childhood.
It wasn't a sense of Uguti. My mom is cool. My mom is a cool mom.
Never that. Even when I was in varsity, like when I'm home, you know, I'm not going anywhere. Like you're not going anywhere.
No sleepovers.
No, you need to be at home. Where are you going? Friends for what? For who? So it's. I think my mom only loosened up when I moved to the side, actually. Like when I was still in KZN, I was still a child, and she expects you to be home. She expects to know where you're going. Like if you're saying I'm going to see my friend, when are you coming back? If it's after 6, where are you? Why aren't you coming home? You know. So it's she's always been very
hands-on and strict, you know, the tough love kind of a thing, you know. Yeah, I get it. I feel like in most of our families, especially us as Africans, you know, our parents are like that. They just give you that tough love. It's not because they hate you in a sense. It's just that they understand the world that we're living in right now. But good to know, yes, it's not safe. It's akukho right, and they just want to protect you. But looking at your life and your background, what would you say shaped you and made you the woman that you are today?
My mother, honestly. She is a very hardworking woman. I grew up looking up to her in a lot of things. And she's a woman who believes that you need to be independent, if I could put it like that. She wants you to go to school. She wants you to have a plan. Like the journey that I'm in now, yes, I'm there, but she wanted her degree. Like go to school, go get your degree, so that if whatever you are doing doesn't work out, you know that you have something to fall back on. So she's a woman with a plan, and she taught me that you need to always have your back. You need to always think ahead. Think of any possibilities, really. So I think it made me to a person that I am today.
Shout out to mom. I mean, I think she's done a wonderful job looking at your life. You know, I'm sure you're like, whew, thank you, mom, for the tough love. In a sense. Okay, now I hear you spoke of you getting a degree and so forth. So now, how does music come in all of that? Because I'm sure somebody influenced you into it, or maybe you just, or is it something that you're like, you know, at a young age, I always loved music, or was it somebody who was like, yes, you can sing, you should try this thing, you know? It's always a different story for different people, so we want to hear about your story.
Honestly, I grew up wanting to be a social worker. And as I grew up, I wanted to be in the entertainment industry, but as an actress, not a musician. I've never ever pictured myself to be a singer. It was my partner he's always been a musician, and he has that routine from varsity or even way back.
Yeah.
He was a rapper. And he kind of like took a pause with school and work and everything. And then he said, I actually want to go back to music. And so I was like, why not? Like, go back. So he started writing, and he was writing the song. He was a rapper, remember I said. So he wanted to try something new, like a different sound. Like he wants to try Afro-pop. So he was writing the song, and he said, I've heard you sing, and I need a female vocalist on the song.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm not just gonna get like the people that are already out there. Since you can do it, let's just do it. Or can you do this one thing for me? And I was like, okay, no problem. So we wrote the song together. We went to studio, and I was like, yeah, no, once off, I'm done. And it was actually a beautiful experience. Like it was nice, but I was still like, no, I'm not doing this for me. I'm not doing this again.
Yeah.
And then we got another beat, and it sounded nice. I was like, okay, let me try it again.
Yeah. Okay.
So I did, and I fell in love with the process of creating something from scratch with him, because we would write at home, and then we'd go to studio when the song is completely done. We're just going there to record. So I fell in love with the process of just creating music, and from there I was like, maybe I should explore this and see where it goes, and here we are.
Now you can't stop.
Yep, now I can't stop.
So based on that story, would you say that music chose you, or you chose music?
I would say music chose me. Yeah.
And how do you feel about that, music choosing you?
I feel like it's God's will. Really, we plan, He decides. I wanted to be in the entertainment industry, yes, as something else, and God figured, nah, I think you should do this instead. So for me, everything that happens, especially if I see the fruits of it, I always say this is God's will, and I'm gonna take it. Yeah.
It's always amazing to hear somebody explain how they got into the craft that they're in, and I feel like it's a really an inspiring story, because sometimes we always need that one person to give us that push, you know, because you never know, you just never know. So before we get into the hit songs and how your fans react to you or hearing you for the first time, what would you say to your husband for him just giving you that push?
I am very, very grateful to him. I think we all need somebody like that in our lives who recognizes talent and pushes you to do it. So thank him so much.
All right, talking about your wonderful music, I mean, there's a hit song, Game Tolile. Tell us about that. How did the song come about? And also, how did you feel when it went viral and people were loving it? I mean, sharing it, reposting. How was it for you?
That song is our song. Like it's our love story. I remember when I wrote the hook. It was speaking about my relationship, or our relationship, honestly. And it was easy for us to write it. I remember when we were at the studio, nobody was really for the song, if I could put it like that, because there was a lot of people that day, and it was actually our first time recording with other artists as well. But we were adamant that we like it and we don't want to change anything. And when we posted it, people received it. It was such a shock. I don't want to lie. Like, we did already have supporters with our first single. It did quite well.
Yeah.
But what Nimtolile did, we did not expect at all. Like, we were expecting support because people were loving our music at that time. But the way that it did, it was unexpected, honestly.
So now, how do you feel when people now share your song? I mean, they're also using it for their love stories. How did that make you feel? Was that what you wanted initially when you wrote the song? Or was it just, it's our song, it's our story?
For me, creating music was a hobby. I created music for fun, like telling stories. So seeing how people received that song changed my perspective as well into looking into this music. You're actually speaking to people. Like, it's not just you, it's not just your song, but you are actually sharing this with people as well. So seeing them receive it, we were even booked to perform at a wedding. You see people playing the song at their weddings, and you're like, okay, so this is what it is basically. Like, you are sharing an experience. You are sharing this beautiful, I don't know how to put it, man. Like, it's beautiful. Like, it's beautiful. It's a feeling that you cannot explain.
I can see it warms your heart.
It does.
You know, that life is so amazing, I feel like, because your story, you can think it's just your story, you know, but ungazi ukuthi, you know, someone out there also feels the same way. Not like the same way like you, but, you know, they're able to relate to what you're saying, and they look at their love story and they're like, oh my gosh, this song, it's as if they know our love story in a sense, you know. So how do you deal with meeting fans now, going out there and you're like, probably you're rushing to the mall and there's certain people, they're like, oh my God,
it has its pros and cons. I love people.
Yeah.
I genuinely love engaging with the people that support me. So some interactions, or let me say most interactions, are really like heartwarming. Like, to know that there are people who get this excited to see you. So when you start this thing, you're not prepared for what it comes with. Nobody teaches you how to handle those things. But I always get excited to meet my supporters. It does get overwhelming sometimes when you're having a bad day, when you are in a rush, when you are just not okay, but you still need to show up. And it's unfortunate that no matter how you feel, you still need to show up for your people, because, like I said, they are meeting you for the first time. They're experiencing you live for the first time. So you need to give them the person that they love, the person that they know. So which means you have to put your feelings aside and just be there in that moment. But it's a very beautiful experience, I don't want to lie. I love it to a certain extent.
A shout out to the fans, especially those who show some love. I feel like it also gives you a sense of confidence and be like, oh, I should actually continue doing this, you know? And I know sometimes it's hard because, you know, you're also a human being. You also have emotions, and sometimes you're having a good day and sometimes you're not having a good day, just like everyone else. It's just that your life is basically like under a microscope and people are like, you're just out there in a sense. But it's always, I feel like it's always good to hear from people, and I'm happy that you also love people and you're always showing up for them in a sense, you know. I feel like that's something some people can also learn from you, as well as especially people who are still trying to get their names out there, like you said, because nobody teaches you these things, you know. So I feel like it's people like you that, if like you're talking right now, they'll be able to learn from you and get a sense to be prepared, Bona, on their side, and be like, oh, okay, so it can get like this sometimes.
Yep.
Crazy. So thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll still be sitting with Nonny Muji, getting into her life, her family. How does she deal with all of this? Stay tuned in. This is Bring It On cAfrica.
3, 2, 1. We have Lift off.
From sports to spirit, documentaries to dance, the cAfrica stick brings every story to your screen. Hundreds of channels, one device, no limits, just pure streaming freedom. Plug it in, power it up, play what moves you. Now available for you to purchase. Order now from www.cAfrica.tv.
Tell us about the moment when you won the award. How did you feel in that room when they were busy announcing the people who you were nominated with, and the whole entire experience? That just tell us how it felt for you and what it means to you. Welcome back if you've just joined us. This is the amazing show, Bring It On, cAfrica. And of course, I'm still here as your most loved and favorable host, We're still sitting with the social media sensation, talented musician, Nonny Muji. But before we get back into our amazing interview, let me plug you the cAfrica TV stick. All right, so this is an amazing gadget here. So what happens is that you can be able to purchase this online. It's www.cAfrica.tv. You can be able to stream the best African content and also this amazing show right here. You can get it for $999, and of course there's free subscription. All right, so please do purchase this. All right, so Nonny, please tell us. I mean, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're a musician. I mean, how do you deal with it all?
I think it's all natural.
Yeah.
Like I said, with the music part, it calling me means it's easy to do. It doesn't feel like work most of the time.
Yeah.
And with the kids, they don't stay with me, they stay in KZN, so they don't get to experience the late coming, mommy, where are you? Unless it's school holidays, they are here. But other than that, it's easy. I've made time. I make time for everything and everyone. And with my partner, he is in the same space as me, so he understands the late night studio sessions, the late bookings, the traveling out of the city. It's something that he gets as well, so it's easier to manage that as well with the partner that understands what it is that you do.
It feels like you have a really warm family that is welcoming and very much supportive of your music career. Talking of your mom and her taking care of your kids, how was she able to say yes? Because you mentioned that she's kind of a tough lover, you know?
That's spooky.
Yes, especially understanding that you're now in the music industry. And how did she feel about the entire thing, especially in the early stages of it?
So it's more of a certainty type of thing, like, is this something that can sustain you? That's what she was worried about. But I was working at some point, like after graduating, I was working, and then I decided to explore music full time. And I did have a conversation about it with her, that I think this is something that I want to try full time, and here are my reasons. And she understood. As long as you have a plan to fall back on, she was good. So yeah, she's been, there's never been a point where she actually said, no, I don't think you should. She was like, no, you go do what you love, as long as there is a backup plan. She was happy.
I think that's also a really inspiring story to hear. I mean, because sometimes people go through so much, especially if they don't have family that is supportive. The journey becomes really tough and really hard. So I could say that you're really blessed to have a really supportive family structure. So being a mom, I know sometimes a person can, you always love your kids in a way. So do you have songs that are inspired by your kids?
Yes, I do have one. It's not out yet.
Okay.
It's called Impumelelo. It's like I said, with my music I tell stories. So it is a story of how I left home so that I can try and secure a future for them. So yeah, I'm hoping that it's going to be in the projects that's coming up. this year.
We're getting to that, to the new projects, but I'm sure that our audience can't wait to hear your new project and the new song. Seems like it's really interesting, and I too myself can't wait to hear that one. So how do you prioritize like self-care, like your time, me time, you know, in a sense, because us as women, we need that time. We need some time out and be like, yo, can I just relax? Can I just hear my thoughts? Can I just be by myself for the time? So how are you able to navigate that?
Gym for me is my me time. I'm very, very dedicated to it. I love it so much. For some people, it's a chore. It's like something that you just need to tick off your list. And for me, it's self-care. It's the one thing that I look forward to. One of the things that I look forward to when it comes to my self-care. But I do want to add into that, go on spa dates, solo, not partnered. You know, like I want to explore doing things on my own now. Like a solo date, it's weird, ne? But I want to try that as well. But for now, gym is my babe.
All right. I feel like when you talk of solo dates, some people are saying, but how can you have lunch alone? I mean, that's boring. But I feel like it's something everyone should experience. I feel like it's a good thing, you know, because I feel like you shouldn't be uncomfortable spending time on your own. You know, I feel like it's a good thing. So good luck with that. Good luck with that. Now let's get into, I mean, you've won awards now. I'm sure that was exciting, you know? So before we get into that experience and how you felt at that moment, how do you now deal with the fact that as much as people don't say it, sometimes maybe a person can come up to you and be like, yes, you're my role model. And, you know, so how do you now deal with that pressure that, you know, somebody out there is looking at me and they're like, I want to be like her, you know? So how do you handle that pressure?
I don't necessarily feel it as pressure. I don't know, like it's so easy for me to do this, or to walk this journey rather, because it fulfills a part of me that I cannot explain. Like it's the creation of me, the journey that I'm on. It's beautiful. So for me, somebody saying that you're my role model, I look up to you, I don't take that as, oh, now I need to do, or now I need to step out of this person that I am. So I still remain the person that I am. And it's happy to hear that, oh, I'm motivating someone, or somebody looks up to me. And it's just that extra motivation to do better, but not to change. Not to change who I am, or the plans, or the journey that I want to walk. So it's more of a motivation for me than pressure.
I feel like that's something also that people could learn from you, because sometimes people can take that as pressure and be like, hey, now I need to perform a certain way, or I need to behave a certain way. God, it's more of the person loved you for who you were at that time. So now if you're starting to change, they're like, hey, I'm going to rethink this role model thing now, you know, in a sense. So yeah. So tell us about the moment when you won the award. How did you feel in that room when they were busy announcing the people who you were nominated with, and the whole entire experience? That just tell us how it felt for you and what it means to you.
It felt like such a very, very big achievement in my career. I felt recognized, I felt seen, I felt appreciated, not just by the organization itself, but by the people that support me, because they were voting. And prior to me winning, I felt like I had already won with the way things were prior to the actual event. Like I would get people DMing me, Nonny, we are voting. They would send screenshots of videos, they were sharing, they were posting, and it was my first nomination as an artist. And it's something that I had never ever experienced before. And I don't know if that's how people do it, but for me, I got to experience love in such a different way that when people love you, they are going to show up for you. And that's what it meant for me. So to win that amount of love and support, it was everything. I don't want to lie, I was very anxious about winning the actual award. I remember when I was praying to God, I was like, the fact that I'm nominated, it's a lot. Like, it means so much to me, and I was scared of the competition as well. So it was a 50-50 type of thing. Like, yeah, I could win this, and I might not, and I was very anxious. So when it finally happened, when they said when they called my name, I lost it. I was like, oh my God. In as much as a part of me knew it might happen, another knew it might not. So it was, for it to actually happen, it was so fulfilling for me. It was a moment I cannot explain in my career. I was like, yeah, you did that.
So once again, congratulations. I mean, it's not late. Congratulations, you deserve that. You deserve that.
Thank you so much.
Your hard work, the studio sessions, the late nights, you trying to be creative, writing that music. Because some people don't understand, they just think you just wake up and things happen, but it takes time, thoughts, and the creativity, trying to come up with new lines, making sure that it works and everything, just works out in a way. Talking of the creativity, how do you write music? Because some people, they're like, okay, let me listen to the beat first. I want to hear, and then I could write. And then some people are like, okay, let's just get into studio, put those headphones on, let's go. So how is it for you?
So for me, my writing is actually changing. So when it started initially, it would be on the beat. Like, I would hear a beat and I would like it, and then something comes, whether it's going to be a hook or whether it's going to be, what do I want to write about today? Like a message, and then it starts from there. And then the building of the verse comes after. But the hook, I can write a hook like this, like I hear a beat I like, and then something is going to come right then and there. It took me, I think I would say it took me growth to be able to go to the studio and say, play a beat, let's record now. Not that freestyling though, like, I still have to listen to the beats and something needs to come. But now I can go to the studio without any idea and listen to the beat and write and finish a song in studio. Whereas before, we would do it at home. Once the hook is there, the hook is the easy part, and then the verse, the structuring, that's where you need to work. And I would want to do that at home, and then I go there to like record and I'm done. So now I've grown into being able to just be creative on the spot, record on the spot, and actually finish a song on the spot.
Oh my gosh, I feel like it's just when you got it, you got it. I mean, when you got it, you got it.
That's true.
Because sometimes for people it takes a long time for them to write just one song, but I feel like for you it just comes up naturally in a way, the fact that you can just hear that beat, and then after like a while, and then now you have something worth sending out there or putting out there for people to hear and to listen and also love and enjoy at the same time. Speaking of your career and your fans, what's the craziest moment you've ever experienced with a fan? And you're like, oh my gosh, I wasn't ready for that.
There's two. One is traumatic. I think both actually, just in different ways. So one was I was at Mr. Price in a queue with my family. My kids were around as well. And this lady, she jumped, like she grabbed me from behind, and she picked me up. And I don't like being touched. Just putting it out there, I don't like being. So it was like so uncomfortable. But at the same time, I have to. At the same time, I have to like be in that moment. And so for me, that traumatized me. I don't want to lie. I'm never gonna forget that encounter. And the second one was I was at home in KZN. Again, we were at the mall, and this guy walked up to me. He greeted me, and he started shaking. He tried to speak. I'm like, what's going on? Sometimes I forget that maybe this person is recognizing me from somewhere. So I'm wondering what's happening. Like, why are you so nervous? he was so scared. He was shaking. He's like,
Oh my
I'm sorry
gosh.
to disturb you. And then he's like, no, can I please take a picture with you? I'm like, okay. So he's holding the phone like this.
Oh,
and I'm like,
shame.
no, let me hold it for you. And I did. And he got emotional, like he started crying. And for me, it was so overwhelming in a beautiful way.
Yeah.
And scary way as well, because like I said, it's so overwhelming to know that people love you that much. Like I can't get used to that. Like it was, yeah, there's been other encounters after that where people get emotional when they meet me. But that specific one, it was like, especially for umuntu wesilisa, like it's very rare for men to show emotion. So it was an encounter to remember.
He was starstruck, man.
He was.
But then, speaking of you and the fan that grabbed you from behind, so did you address that to them and be like, you know what, I actually don't love being touched? Or did you just say, oh, let me just let it go? She doesn't understand, really. It's her moment. Let me just not spoil it for her.
No, I didn't. I had to let it go. I think people don't know that they're overstepping, and I received it as love. Like, she loves me. She didn't know how to act.
Yeah.
So I let it go. It's just something that I dealt with on my own.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was still very nice to her. We spoke, we took pictures, and yeah.
Oh my gosh. I feel like you guys go through a lot.
We do.
You go through a lot because a lot can come into your mind, because when somebody, especially if they're grabbing you from behind, I mean, you're at the mall, like, hey, what's going on now?
You should pick me up. Like, I know I'm tiny, but don't do that. Don't do that.
Sorry about that. All right, thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll be talking about what's next in Nonny's career and what we can expect from her in the year 2026. This is Bring It On cAfrica, your most favorable station. Stay tuned in.
3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. From sports to spirit, documentaries to dance, the cAfrica stick brings every story to your screen. Hundreds of channels, one device, no limits, just pure streaming freedom. Plug it in, power it up, play what moves you. Now available for you to purchase. Order now from www.cAfrica.tv.
I started looking at it like that. Like, I personally wouldn't do that to someone else.
Yeah.
So for you it says a lot about you more than me. So I started not getting fazed by it.
Welcome back. If you've just joined us, we are in the last segment of this amazing show to Bring It On cAfrica. And of course, we're still sitting with the talented Nonny Muji. We're back with a bang. You know, just to make it more spicy and more fun. So right now, sizokhuluma about 2026. I mean, everyone has plans, ambitions. Some people go far as making vision boards, and they're like, this is what I want. The prayers, the anticipation. So what's next for you, especially for your music career? I mean, collaborations. Can you tell us more about that?
This year I'm working on a project. I'm just not sure whether it's an EP or an album. I haven't decided yet. I'm leaning towards an album though. So yeah, that's what's coming. And there are going to be collaborations, yes, of course. And there is a single that we are releasing on the 15th of this month, 15th of March, with Maverick, yeah. So that's going to be the first single of this year. It's a feature, but yeah. Okay, I'm excited now because I'm hoping you're gonna lean more towards the album. Yes.
Because I feel like we need to hear more. I mean, we need to hear more. And I know that it's not just your fans who are going to support you, but I feel like new people are also going to jump in and be like, hey, I didn't know of her, but she's amazing, you know? Because I feel like your sound is relatable, you know, to a lot of people, especially not only for young people, but you know, it's something that they can be able to easily relate to. Speaking of sound, are you sticking to your sound, or are you gonna be like, are we gonna see some hip hop? Yes, you know.
So I'm definitely sticking to my sound. There might be maybe like a track or two that's going to be a different sound, but yeah, Afro pop.
Okay, I feel like that's also a good thing, because why change it? It's working. I mean, and people are loving it, you know. So there's something sometimes that people don't look into, especially when it comes to like the music career for you. What would you do if you woke up one day and your voice is gone? Like, what would you do? Or how would you feel? Or how do you think you'd feel at that time?
Devastated, obviously. Damn, I've never thought of that. But yeah, I think it would be very traumatic. It would be such a very big change.
Yeah.
In terms of other options, would definitely look into something else like content creation and things like that, yeah. Or maybe a 9 to 5, yeah.
Feels like that's traumatizing for you, like, hey, I can't do that.
Like, no, please no. But yeah, it's genuinely something that I've never thought about. But I think it's more like, if the music thingy doesn't work, then what do you do? So there are other options in place, yeah, not just if the voice disappears, God forbid.
Yeah, God forbid to that one. We still need to hear that album.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of content creation, people love you, you know, all over social media. How did you start that? I mean, was it a hobby and you're like, let's do this? Or maybe you were intentional and be like, no, I'm starting content creation, this is what I want to do, this is how I want to do it, like having it all planned out? Or was it just a moment in your life, you're just having fun and you're just taking content and people just loved you?
It was I was at my first job. That job was very frustrating. So it was like time away from the world. So it was fun. Like it all started as fun. It still is for me. Content creation is still something that I do for fun, even though now it pays.
Yeah.
But it's always been for fun. Like it's like a break from the world, if I could put it like that. Yeah.
So how did you receive it when people showed you love, especially on social media? Because sometimes you post something and you don't expect it for it to go viral in that sense. So how did you feel at that time or at that moment?
Overwhelmed. It was unexpected. Like, you post a video and then you wake up to 100,000 views the following day, 500 comments, and it's like, whoa, what's going on? But it was all love. So it was a beautiful experience from the get-go for me. Yeah.
You know, sometimes people on social media, you know, people are not the same. Sometimes people have those good comments, and then sometimes there's that one person or those two people that always look for something bad to point out there. How do you deal with that?
So at first, it used to get to me. It used to get under my skin a lot. And then as I don't know if I would say as I grew, but I started to realize that, you know, some of the things that people say, you're like, but are you okay? You know? So it became a thing of when you have a conversation with people that are in the same space as well, it helps. I don't think negative comments come from people that are content with their lives. So I started looking at it like that. Like, I personally wouldn't do that to someone else.
Yeah.
So for you it says a lot about you,
yeah,
more than me. So I started not getting fazed by it, from looking at it in that point that unhappy people are going to spread that.
Yeah, it's not a you problem, it's a
Not
them
a me problem. Yeah.
problem in a sense. I feel like it's true what you're saying, because I mean, how can, out of all the beautiful things in this video, like, I mean,
When you saw that?
when and you just saw that, and sometimes it's something that you didn't even talk about on the video. They lose focus from what you were saying and they pinpoint other things, you know. But yeah, like you're saying, it says a lot about that person at that time, and it's something I feel like it shouldn't move you as a person, like you're saying. And I feel like that's something also our audience can also learn from you. Looking at your life as a person in the music industry, on social media as well, there's a lot of people that look up to you. Like I mentioned this before, that sometimes people don't even tell you, as you are my role model, I love your work, I love how you do stuff, you know, your life in general. So what would you say to aspiring musicians, content creators out there that look up to you? What advice would you give to them?
My advice is that always be yourself in anything and everything that you do. It's so much easier to be yourself than to be something that you are not, and to try and maintain an image that you are not. Don't be. So we come from different backgrounds, we are in different spaces, and we are going to different directions as people. So don't let your background or where you are stop you from exploring content, for example. Just because your background is blue, you don't have a ceiling. Don't let that stop you from creating that video, because you don't know what's going to put you out there. So don't be afraid of being who you are. Stay true to yourself. With the music as well, I get a lot of people that send me DMs like, how did you start with the music thingy? Who did you speak to? Sometimes it takes you putting yourself out there. Like, nobody is coming to save you. You have the talent, you have the gift, you want to do it. Don't wait for people to approach you. Take a video singing, post it. Be creative, like with whatever resources that you have. Do your research, go to YouTube. YouTube is, if you have data for TikTok, you can go on YouTube, do your research. How do I become a musician? What do I need to do? How do I get my music out there? Do that. Create videos with your music. Promote your music as much as you can. It all starts with you doing something about what you want. Like, don't DM people, hey, I want to be a singer, I want to do. Don't do that. Start something yourself. Put yourself out there, and people are going to receive. People are going to come knocking. People are going to be asking to work with you. So it all starts with you being determined with what you want and going for it without waiting for somebody to say, hi, do you maybe want to sing? Nobody's gonna do that. Nobody's coming to save you.
I feel like that's some amazing advice out there. Basically, using what you have at this point in time to bring you what you don't have, you know. Basically, using the resources that you have. It doesn't matter if you don't have a specific phone that's, you know, expensive to shoot your content or you singing, and keep on posting that content. Who knows? Maybe somebody is going to notice you and be like, hey, do you want us to work? I feel like it also slaps better if somebody comes to you than you coming to them and be like, can we work on something? You know, I feel like it's better that way. Oh my gosh, I think I've learned a lot from you today as well. Thank you so much for sharing a piece of yourself, and I'm sure that our audience has learned a lot from you. They're truly inspired by your amazing work and your life in general, how you handle things, and how you also handle your fans. There's a lot that I personally learned from you, and I know that our audience at home is also going to love your amazing work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's close it off. But before we close it off, let me remind you, let me plug you, do not forget. All right, cAfrica TV stick. I'm talking the best African content, best movies. All you need to do is get onto our website, www.cAfrica.tv, so that you can be able to purchase this amazing gadget. It's gonna help you, and of course, see this amazing episode. It's only for 999, and that's it, once off, and then you stream away. All right, please do continue to comment. Tell us what you think of Nonny Muji, and she's coming up with new music. What do you think that's gonna sound like, or what is she gonna be talking about next on her music? Please do engage with us. Tell us what you think, and tell us of what you think of this amazing episode. So we meet again. I'm your girl Nonny Muji. This is Bring It On cAfrica. Bye.